I live on $2,000 a month, but there's something I need to be clear about. Right now, my monthly income is way above that. And the reason for that is temporary. You see, I held a corporate title as an assistant vice president at a major financial institution for 19 years before I was laid off at 51. And because of that, I get a severance check every month until January 2027. Plus, I have additional sources of income. So right now, I'm okay. I have extra money beyond my expenses. But I keep asking myself these questions. What happens when the severance check stops? Did I make a mistake by starting my early retirement? You see, some people in my situation would use that extra money to upgrade their lives, a new car, more travel, a vacation because they deserve it. I hear that all the time. Just a little more comfort. And I thought about that too. But I chose not to do that. Instead, I decided to act like the severance isn't there. Not in real life, but in how I plan. I don't want to depend on that severance check right now. I call what I'm doing a dry run. I'm testing my future while I still have time to adjust it because I don't want January 2027 to surprise me. I want to already know what works before I get there. So today, I want to show you how I'm actually doing this. In my last video, I broke down my $2,000 monthly expenses, but that only works if the income actually holds up. And this is where the plan can start to break down. I have three additional sources of income beyond my regular paycheck. But before I talk about that, before I go any further, you need to hear this. If you are someone with just one income source and are relying solely on your 9 to 5 paycheck, I would suggest that you rethink this, especially if your job can be performed by AI or overseas workers, because layoffs are real and it is starting to happen more often. All right, so let's get back to my three income sources. Now, I'm trying to use these income sources to replace my paycheck, and I'm also building a backup plan to protect myself if things don't go as planned. And this backup plan is what will make a huge difference in my plan, and I'll share this with you shortly. But I think about my income like a three-legged stool. If one leg breaks, the whole thing becomes unstable. So here's my income sources. The first leg is my rental property. It brings in about $1,000 a month. This is the most stable part of my income. As long as I have a tenant, this money comes in. The second leg is teaching. I teach as an online university instructor, an adjunct professor. Teaching is a passion of mine, so it doesn't really feel like work. It keeps my brain engaged. That brings in about $700 a month on average, but this is not guaranteed. Some semesters I get a class, and then some semesters I don't. Now, the second leg is coaching. This is another passion of mine. Well, actually, the third leg. I could talk about budgeting and investing all day. I help people with finance and budgeting, and this brings in about $350 a month on average. But the but this changes a lot. Some months are good and some months are quiet. So when I add up all three of these together, it comes in at about $2,000 a month. And that's my target number. That's what I need to cover life. But here's where this plan could completely fall apart. Two of these income sources are not stable. They can go up or down at any time. And that's very different from a normal job. In a normal job, your paycheck is the same every 2 weeks for the most part, or you know what to expect based on the hours that you work. You don't worry about it, you just know it's coming. But now, for me, nothing is guaranteed. One semester, I might get a class, or I might not get a class. And if I don't get a class, that $700 is gone. If coaching is slow, that's another $350 gone. That puts me at just about $1,000 of income for the month. So there's a gap of $1,000. And I want you to think about that for a second. Now, most people would feel stressed at that point. They would start thinking about going back to work or finding something stable again. Or they might start selling investments just to cover bills, even if the market is down, even if it's not a good time, just because they need money. They need money to buy eggs, milk, baby formula, pay their electric bill. So I don't want to be in that position. So I've built something to help me avoid that. And I call it my safety bucket. But this isn't set up the way most people would expect. This is not my emergency fund. That my emergency fund is for surprise expenses like repairs or medical bills and that sort. This special safety bucket has one job. It covers my income gap. Right now, I've set aside about $25,000 for this, and I may increase it to $35,000. And here's how it works. If I have a month where I'm short, let's say $300, I take $300 from this bucket. No stress, no panic, no selling investments in a down market. And when I have a good month with a surplus or I have a lot of gains in my investments, I refill the bucket. So this gives me a buffer. It keeps small problems from becoming big problems. And it helps me to stay calm when my income changes. So let me ask you a question. Would this system make you feel safe, or would you want a bigger buffer? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. I read them and I actually learn from them. So I would love to hear from you because I'm still figuring this out. Nothing here is perfect. I'm building it as I go. I have until January 2027 to get this right. Right now, I still have time to figure things out, and I don't take that lightly because I know not everyone gets a chance to pause, reset, and rebuild like this. So I'm trying to use this time wisely. Not perfectly, just honestly, one step at a time. And if you're watching this and you're trying to figure out your own next step in life, or you're stepping out on faith in a certain situation, hit the like button so I know that I'm not the only one thinking like this. And more recently, my health situation changed how I think about time. It made me realize something very simple, and that is time is something that you can't save. You can only use it. You can wait to save one, five, $10 million before you decide to retire. But guess what? You can't save time. So this isn't just about money. It's about how I want to live my life, how I spend my days, and what I'm willing to risk to have that freedom. So I consider this a test, a real one. And I'll keep sharing how it goes with you guys, the good parts, the hard parts, and everything in between. Now, if you see something in my plan that I should change or have not thought about, let me know. Like I said, I read the comments and they help me a lot. They help me think about things from a different perspective. And if you want to follow the journey, make sure to subscribe. And now in my first video, I shared my investment account balances. So in my next video, I'll share an update on how they ended the month. Did they go up? Did they go down? What do you think? If you need a reminder of those accounts, just click on the on-screen video and I'll see you there.